From Arkansas's News and Information Center, this is THV 11 This Morning.
And once again, good morning from War Memorial Stadium. I'm meteorologist Tom Brandon, Ashley Blackstone back at the station, Elmos over at Sylvan Hills. We're being joined by the Bryant High School Senior Band, otherwise known as the Legacy of Bryant. Oh, they're finished now. Well, that was good. Good job, guys. Wonderful. Bryant High School playing Greenwood tonight. Homecoming there in Bryant, so we invited them to come out and join us this morning. Big game here at War Memorial tomorrow. We've got the Razorbacks and Georgia coming up. We're going to open up the ticket office. It opens very shortly. You can still buy Razorback football tickets. We'll give you the pricing coming up in just a few moments. Right now, let's cover the weather on this Friday morning as we look at your weather headlines. And why don't we start off with the Hogs versus the Dogs. Arkansas playing Georgia tomorrow at War Memorial Stadium. Kickoff at 3 o'clock. The temperature at War Memorial will be 72 degrees. Great tailgating tomorrow, the Razorbacks versus Georgia. Otherwise, a front will move through, bringing us some drier and cooler air to the state. Right now, 49 in Fayetteville, 56 Fort Smith, 51 in Searcy. And your Friday weather planner, upper 70s at noon, 80 at 5 o'clock. We will top out at about 82 this afternoon. As you enjoy more from Bryant's Legacy Band on this Friday morning, it is now time to go back into the studio where we join Ashley. Ashley, take it away.
Over. All right, Tom, thank you. A quick check of your top headlines on this Friday morning. Pine Bluff Police investigating a homicide. It happened just before 11 o'clock last night on West 7th Avenue. Officers say when they got there, they found 27-year-old Antonio Hart sitting in a parked car. He had been shot and was not responsive. 30 minutes later, he died. Right now, there are no suspects and no motive. Dozens of people recovering today after a two-train collision in Washington County. It happened yesterday morning. The National Transportation Safety Board says they will be investigating over the next several days to determine a cause. And Arkansas's highest court unanimously denied a bid to toss the alcohol sales measure from the November 4th ballot. This is in response to the proposal's opponents, who say petition gatherers didn't file paperwork on time and didn't fully explain what voters would be voting on. Facts, not fear. That is our goal as we explain the Ebola virus to you. Health officials want to stress there is no outbreak of Ebola in the U.S. While we do have 2 healthcare workers who contracted the disease from a dying man in Texas, they are isolated. Meanwhile, President Obama says he may appoint another person to lead in this Ebola response. There are also talks of a possible travel ban, but experts say that a ban is less effective than the measures already in place. Right now, there is no information suggesting the virus has spread to anyone in the general U.S. population. Health officials here in Arkansas say there is no reason to be afraid. And Dr. Gary Wheeler from the State Health Department is joining us with some more information to share with us today. Dr. Wheeler, thank you so much for coming today.
Good morning,
Greatly
Ashley.
appreciated. I feel like we are repeating a lot of information, but there are a lot of viewers that are still unfamiliar with how this virus is transmitted. So if you can explain that to us.
So again, nothing has changed about our understanding of transmission. You have to have intense, close contact with a person who has Ebola virus. We don't believe there's any new evidence to suggest that it's transmitted as an airborne pathogen like measles or chickenpox. We think you really need physical contact either with the secretions or with the patient themselves.
Let's talk about the symptoms, because at first it's very similar to flu symptoms.
Right. And I think that's really not the thing to concentrate on. It's not that you're having symptoms that mimic Ebola, because the symptoms of Ebola are like flu or many other respiratory viruses. The real issue is whether you've traveled to one of these areas or you've been in contact with someone who has, or you're one of the healthcare workers.
I know that there's concerns as well for someone who might be flying out of an airport, or they might be sitting beside someone who has the virus but are unaware that they have it. Your thoughts on this?
Sure. I think there were some initial mistakes made. People should not be traveling if they're in the category of people who have been exposed to an Ebola patient. We've tightened up those guidelines, and I think that's not going to happen in the future. I'm traveling to Dallas in an hour, and I feel very comfortable that we've now got systems in place to prevent my exposure or anyone else's on a plane.
Let's talk about the state's response and how prepared Arkansas is.
Yeah. The good news is the system is working. We, over the last several weeks, have been working with hospitals to put screening procedures in place and to make sure that when people fail their screens that the Department of Health has called, We've been getting lots of calls about people that are concerned. We have had no cases of identification of anybody who's a low risk, high risk, or a confirmed case of Ebola. There is no Ebola in Arkansas right now.
The situation that happened yesterday in Clinton, I know, kept you guys very busy, turned out to be a false alarm.
Well, it was an appropriate screen. There was a patient who came from an at-risk country and had some symptoms, and we talked to the CDC, we interviewed the patient, we determined they were not at risk. In fact, Nigeria will go off the list of risk countries this coming Monday because it's been almost 42 days since there was a last transmission there.
All right, Dr. Gary Wheeler from the Health Department, thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
You bet, Ashley.
Greatly appreciate it. Again, you can find many more details about the Ebola virus by logging onto our website. On our homepage, you can find it there, thv11.com. Your time is now 6:05 on your Friday morning, and we're going to send things back out to Tom.
Good morning again, Ashley. I'm standing with Charlie Staggs of War Memorial Stadium. We're talking about tickets this morning. Are there any tickets remaining for tomorrow's game? How much are they? Are you going to be assessed a fee? You know what? What difference does it make? You're coming to watch the Hogs play the Georgia Bulldogs at War Memorial Stadium. Charlie, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thank y'all. We appreciate y'all being here this morning.
Ticket office is open, right?
Ticket office is open. We want you to come and buy the tickets this morning. We don't, like you say, let's don't worry about the price. Let's just fill this stadium up.
Yeah.
If they're $100 today, so let's just bring them in here and fill them up. And we got about 1,600 tickets. That's what I was just told. So let's have a sellout here and bring the Razorbacks home to Little Rock.
I was here the other day and picked up a couple of tickets. There were less than 100 remaining. You've got some from Fayetteville, I guess. Is that right?
Yes, sir. That's right. We've got the remaining tickets that they've got in the north end zone are the $100 tickets.
Okay. How important is it to sell out the facility here today or even tomorrow morning? How important is it for Little Rock?
Oh, I think it's very important that we have a sellout here this year because we cut us down to one ball game. We need a sellout here for this
Might
game.
possibly be the last SEC team we see in Little Rock.
Well, that's very possible. We haven't gotten official word on that, but next year we don't have an SEC team here. So.
I believe it's Toledo, if I'm not mistaken.
Toledo of Ohio, right.
Toledo of Ohio.
Yes.
Charlie, thank you. Good luck selling out the tickets today.
Tell them to get here and buy the tickets today.
Open right now, 1,600 remaining. You heard from Charlie, $100 a piece. Don't let price deter you. Come and support the Razorbacks and the Bulldogs. Thank you, Charlie. Good to see you here, sir. Appreciate it.
All right.
Anthony's got a sausage ready for you over there. I want you to go and have seconds. We're going to go to Elmos over in Sylvan Hills for Home Field Advantage L.
And I'm at Sylvan Hills High School. They're pumped and getting ready for their game against Norton Pulaski. Here's their fight song right now. The dance team and the cheerleaders all getting ready. I'm talking to the band coming up next. So stay tuned. You're watching THV 11 this morning.
Happy Friday. Welcome back this morning. Your time is 6:10. I'm here with Adam Bledsoe on this Friday from the Faulkner County Sheriff's Department, getting us caught up on our traffic conditions. Adam, good morning.
Good morning.
You're
How
still
are you?
just as tall as ever.
Yes, ma'am.
Haven't shrunk any.
I wish I could. It's hard to buy clothes. So, you know.
I bet it is a little difficult. You don't think about those types of things.
Absolutely. It's part of my life. But anyway, hey, some great news on this Friday morning. We don't have any accidents to report. So let's keep it that way and enjoy our Friday commute.
Okay.
All right, let's take a look at Operation Safe Speed this morning. Little Rock's going to be out on Hughes Street, North Little Rock Main Street. Arkansas State Police will be out on Interstate 530 north of Woodson. And Faulkner County Sheriff's Office will be on Highway 285 north, right there above Wooster.
All right, we want to remind our drivers to watch for deer as well. This is the time of the
Yeah.
year we start seeing them pop up.
That's right. Tom's been given some information about cooler weather, and you know, the deer love to move. The rut is approaching, so be mindful of that. If you see one that jump out in front of you, try not to swerve because you might actually cause more damage that way by wrecking. So.
Absolutely. Some
Anyway.
great advice for us.
Thank
Thank
you
you
very
for
much.
passing that along. And also, we want to give a big shout out to Community Bakery here in Little Rock downtown. They were so sweet to stop by this morning to bring us all kinds of goodies. We got cookies, cupcakes, donuts, you name it, they brought it. So if you get a chance to stop by Community Bakery, this is just a little taste of the goodies that you can get from them. So thank you so much for that. Let's send things out to Tom now for a check of that forecast. He's live at War Memorial. Hey, Tom, happy Friday.
Thank you much, Ashley. Good morning. We're at War Memorial Stadium this morning, having a lot of fun. We've got Bryant High School's band behind us this morning, playing a little music. Homecoming tonight in Bryant. They play Greenwood, and we have the Senior Legacy Band. We also have some fashion for you coming up. Stay tuned if you want to look good for the game. Right now, let's check out a little weather. Oh, I'm getting dizzy. We can't do that. 57 degrees outside currently in Little Rock under mostly clear skies. A few high clouds will be building in across the region today. Numbers around Arkansas: 49 in Fayetteville, 51 Russellville, 57 Little Rock, 55 in Stuttgart, Pine Bluff. High-level clouds ahead of a cool front that will be moving into Arkansas. That frontal boundary will push through. Later in the day, the wind will shift out of the northwest, and the forecast will cool off in time for Saturday. 82 today. Tonight will fall back to 53. And fantastic weather coming up tomorrow for the Razorbacks versus Georgia, and Arkansas State playing down in Louisiana, Lafayette. We're going to go back inside now to Ashley, and we'll have more in just a few moments. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. How about that? All right. Yeah. Again, good morning to you and happy Friday from War Memorial Stadium. We got a lot of stuff to cover this morning. Jim Harris is here. We're talking about fashion. You want to look good at the game tomorrow, and your chance to win a couple of tickets to the Razorbacks versus Georgia game. And Charlie Staggs told us a few moments ago they have 1,600 tickets remaining for tomorrow's game. They're going to cost you $100 a piece. Here's the extended outlook. Making your game day plans tomorrow. Beautiful weather, 72 for Saturday. Sunshine, northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then by Sunday, even a little bit cooler. The high temperature only about 70. Next week, temperatures in the middle 70s. You know, you'll want to look your best for tomorrow's outing. Anytime you're a Razorback fan, you want to look your absolute best. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jessica Jenkins. Jessica joining us from the artist formerly known as Hogman's Hog Pen. They've changed names and they've added more locations.
Exactly.
It's called Hogman's
Game Day Superstore.
There you go. And you've got everything Razorbacks. Is that right, Jessica?
Everything.
Everything you could absolutely want.
Yes.
You've brought a couple of models with us.
I did.
Tell us what we have for the guys.
Alrighty, we have tons of dress shirts, hats, polos, and belts, watches, anything you could need to look great for the game.
Who do we have here? Who are these two gentlemen here?
This is my brother, John Allen, and that's my brother-in-law, Gary.
So let's start with the polos. You have red. What other colors do you have in the polos?
White, black, gray. We have tons of wovens and stripes, checkered. Any kind of little design you like, we probably have it.
Okay. Razorback ball caps. You got red. Do you have white?
Yes, we have white, we have black, we have pink for the ladies. And then we have tons of Nike hats too.
Nike hats with a big Razorback on them, I would imagine.
Yes, definitely. The front-facing hog has been very popular, and so we have tons of apparel and hats with the front-facing hog.
Do you have Razorback fleece? I need a new fleece with a Razorback on
we
it.
do. We have vests and we have jackets too.
Okay. Now, you have something for the ladies coming up here in just a few moments.
Yes,
Okay.
we do.
Let's find out where your locations are here in Arkansas.
All right, they're in North Little Rock, Little Rock, Hot Springs, Conway, and Fort Smith.
Okay, Jessica Jenkins joining us now from the artist formerly known as Hogman's Hog Pen. It is now Hogman's
Game Day Superstore.
Let's go out to Elmos over in Sylvan Hills this morning for home field advantage.
Hey, Tom, thank you. I'm at Sylvan Hills High School right now, and I'm joined actually by the band director and the whole Sylvan Hills High School band. I have to say really quickly, I'm wearing this pink bow because the cheerleading team gave it to me for the pink out. You guys have a pink out tonight, which is really exciting. Are you guys pumped about that?
Oh, yeah.
And tell us a little bit about how you guys have been preparing for the season, and especially tonight, because tonight's homecoming, right?
It is homecoming, and of course we have a contest coming up next Tuesday, but we work every day. We have a lot of after-school rehearsals. We're going to get ready for the show. We're going to put on a good show tonight.
So tell us a little bit, if you can, a sneak peek of what we can expect for tonight's homecoming show, because it's going to be, you know, you're pulling out all the bells and whistles, especially for tonight, right?
Yes, we've got some good music tonight. We've got Katy Perry's Roar. We also have some Adele, and then of course Macklemore's I Can't Hold Us.
And we're going to hear a little bit of I Can't Hold Us in just a little bit. So tell us a little bit about the band, what kind of instruments make it up, also what kind of high schoolers you have. Is it from 9th grade to 12th?
This is 9th through 12th. We had about 115 this year. And of course it's all the wind instruments and percussion.
Wonderful. And how early do you guys start prepping for the season? Do you guys start in the summer?
We do. We start in July.
Okay, so these guys work hard, and they're also a competing line as well. Tell us about some of the competitions you guys have coming up.
Well, we actually have one coming up next Tuesday. It's in Benton. It's our region marching contest, and there'll be a lot of other bands there, and it'll be our big contest of the year.
Very cool. So let's hear a little bit of a taste of what we're going to hear tonight. And what are we going to listen to right now? Can't Hold Us, right?
Can't Hold Us.
Okay, and this is Macklemore.
Yes.
All right, guys, take it away for us.
1, 2, ready, play.
Once again, good morning and welcome back. We're in War Memorial Stadium. We were trying to get that in before the camera shot. Jim Harris joining us. It's been a rather busy morning. Bryant High School's with us this morning. We've got Hogman's joining us this morning. Charlie Staggs. We've handed out breakfast. You got a sausage from Anthony Michael, who's preparing stuff for us as well. Jim, let's talk a little bit about the Razorbacks. I overheard you saying that you think they're actually mad enough to win this one this week, and I kind of agree with you. I'm mad enough to win for them this week.
Well, you know, it's utter disappointment. I'm surprised you didn't have Todd Gurley out here. You've had everybody else.
Well, we've invited him, but he declined.
He declined to come.
He wanted to charge us to come out here.
I don't think Todd Gurley's going to be the difference in the ball game. It's going to be Arkansas's offense either making plays or not making plays. If they make plays, they're going to get that first win in 16 games. That's a long time.
It is a long time, back to 2012. We got some video playing at home. So update me. I haven't heard. Is Gurley playing tomorrow, or is that status still on the Pines?
Probably 99% he's not playing. They had not applied even for reinstatement. They were going to announce something today. I don't think anybody's too concerned that he doesn't really now at this point. And their backup last week, Nick Chubb, looked like a young Gurley, the next Gurley. With, you know, he averaged 3.8 yards per carry, but he carried it 38 times. That's a pounding, and that's a great way to control the ball. That's what Arkansas wants to do tomorrow.
Right. You know, and a couple of things that I've noticed, you've probably noticed as well, Arkansas's defense is up to the challenge. They are playing so much better this year.
Well, what a, 1,000% improvement, if that's possible, even over the start of the season. I mean, this is not even the same defense that started the season against Auburn. They're very confident. They're in the right place. They're going after football, knocking deflections away. Now if they just intercept a few of those passes that hit them right in the numbers, it'll be I think that'll be the completion of a great turnaround on defense.
The other thing that I think maybe you've noticed, I've noticed it, and a lot of other fans, and I heard this on some of the radio talk shows this week, the Arkansas rushing attack in the second half in these big games hasn't really shown up.
Well, there's not a lot of depth in the offensive line. The defensive lines they're going up against, they're rotating 10 and 11 players on a top level. That's tough. It's not the same way as what we grew up with, where same defensive line played the same offensive line and the bigger guys usually won out. It's not the same anymore. Arkansas needs more depth there. They're doing the best they can with what they have this year. Some of it, if you fall behind like against Alabama, and they defended the run with 6 guys a lot of times, you got to throw the ball, but I should say throw the ball, not throw the ball. They should throw the ball, but making those plays has just been the big problem for Brandon Allen and the wide receivers. What were they, 3 of 11 in the fourth quarter last week? You can't come back from 14 to 13 not being able to complete the ball down the field.
All right, here we go. We're out of time. Jim, what's your score for tomorrow?
I've been saying for 3 weeks Arkansas is going to win this game, and I really do believe they're going to win it. I'm going to say 24-21. They're going to actually make a field goal.
Well, who's going to kick it?
It might be you, Tom.
All right, I'm ready. I've got some eligibility left. As long as it's from like the goal line, I might have a shot. Jim Harris, thank you. Good to see you again, Jim. Thank you for coming out this morning. All right, Jim Harris joining us out live here at War Memorial. We're going to go back in studio now and join Ashley.
Hey, Tom, thank you. Good to see you guys out there. Your time is 6:24. Symphony Orchestra's Masterwork season continues this weekend with Blazing Brass, and Associate Conductor Jeffrey Robeson is joining us with a preview. Jeffrey, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you so
Nice
much
to
for coming today.
Yeah, I like that prediction for the game.
Yes, you like that one, right? We just don't want to see Tom Brennan out there kicking a field goal. Tell us about what we can expect there at the Symphony this weekend.
Yeah, so this will be our second weekend of performances at the Maumelle Performing Arts Center, and after a really successful opening weekend. This weekend we will feature one of our own, our longtime principal trumpet player, Dick Jorgensen, and the title of the concert is Blazing Brass. Dick Jorgensen will play the Haydn Trumpet Concerto, which for anyone who has played or studied the trumpet, they know this as one of the great standard works, and it'll be followed by a composer who is probably not familiar to many, named Anton Bruckner, but some of his melodies may be. They've been used all over the place, and we'll be playing his Symphony No. 7, which is possibly, we probably say this every time, but it's one of the most just lush and beautiful pieces of music ever written, and it features our brass section prominently. And if you've ever thought about going to hear a performance of 90 musicians on stage and just letting the sound wash over you in a way that you've probably never experienced, you want to go hear a Bruckner symphony. And actually the Maumelle Auditorium will be a perfect place to hear that sort of music.
Well, you are selling it well. It sounds like it'll be a beautiful performance.
Yeah, it sure will.
Tell us again when these performances are and also where people can get tickets.
Performances are Saturday and Sunday. Saturday evening, 7:30, and 7:30, note the new time, they used to be 8 o'clock, 7:30 this year and henceforth, and Sunday at 3.
Okay.
So, and as usual, Sunday, because of our generous sponsorship with Entergy, all students, all kids under the age of 18 are free with a paid adult.
Okay, and tickets can be purchased where?
Tickets can be purchased online, arkansasymphony.org, or you can call our box office 666-1761.
All right, Jeffrey, good to see you as always.
Yeah,
Thanks
great
for coming
to see you
in
too,
this
Ashley.
morning.
Thanks.
Good luck this weekend.
Yep,
Hope
thank
it
you.
goes well. We're going to take a quick break. Hope your Friday is off to a great start. Stay with us.